Better did. Oh yeah, we in here. It's No Signals TV. Very special guest today. I got my man Major League in this bitch. You already know what it is. We're gonna get into the first video. Roll up. We'll be back. No Signals TV. Oh shit, Nutty Hot Boys. Yep.
No, I'm rocking, baby. Gang, baby. Gang in this bitch. You know how I'm coming. I'm with the gang all the time. I'm a hot boy. Billy Gang hot boys. You know how we rocking. Hot boys. Keep it hot boys. Everything hot boy. I'm a hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Gang, baby. You know how I'm rocking. Hot boy, Billy Gang hot boy, 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 keep it hot boy for the odds boy, hot boy, hot boy, Billy Gang hot boy, I'm a hot boy, Billy Gang hot boy, I'm a hot boy. I'm a real hot boy. MCO fuck the ops boy. Drop it out boy. Come through blow your top boy. You know I'm a hot boy. Hot boy. I fuck with them hot boys. That's a gang baby. You know how we rock boy. Don't fuck with no op boys. Get caught, keep it locked boy. Don't fuck with them cop boys. In traffic watch cops boy. We riding with cop toys. Big blocks with a mop, boy. Pull up on your block, boy. Tear it up. We aim for your top, boy. Headshot, watch you drop, boy. You know how I rock, boy. You know how I'm coming. A lot of seen this and be going on when niggas see me. It's nothing. It's here if you won. You wonder how hollow just went through your stomach. I'm with nigga gang, them hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy, hot boy, gang, baby, you know how I'm rockin', hot boy, Billy Gang, hot boy, 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 keep it hot boy for the odds boy, hot boy, hot boy, Billy Gang, hot boy, I'm a hot boy, Billy Gang, hot boy. I'm a hot boy.
I'm here with my man Major. What's good with you, bro?
I'm coolin', man. I can't complain.
Alright. Shit, this 10th year, MAJAPALOOZA.
Yeah, man. 10th year. That's crazy.
Yo, out of 10 years, did you ever think you would get this far?
Nah. Yeah, no.
Okay.
You know, yeah, no.
Why?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I figured by now it'd be a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the pandemic kind of slowed some things up. And then I moved. I went back to New York. I stopped doing it. But like at the beginning, nah. Nah, not at the beginning. At the beginning, I was just trying to fill a void. I was my homie Hitcher, Louis T.
Right.
He used to do this thing called Hit Ya Off Weekend, and it was kind of like something similar.
Right.
And then he after a couple of years, he just stopped doing it.
Right.
And I was like, that was like a weekend I look forward to every year.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, all right, cool. You know, and then he stopped, and I'm like, damn. Because like when it came to doing shows, he was kind of like a mentor to me. I kind of looked up to him. He actually got me my first show. Okay. You know, that's actually the first person we go so far back, he's the person that introduced me to Doc.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
I met Doc through Louis T. So,
So he been around the coach.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Shout out to both of them.
For sure.
Yeah, but I just, it came to me one day, man, and I was watching a commercial, and this shit just kind of stuck.
For sure. And since you said since you touched on that part of the culture, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, don't. If they do know, they know. If they don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as like that time when you were active, you know what I'm saying, and the culture was a certain way, do you think that's lost in the sauce now, or do you think that was a part of history that, you know what I'm saying? You know,
I mean, the game's so different now.
Right.
The game is, and you know, when we were younger and active, like, if you rapped, it was really a thing.
Right.
You had to be nice.
Right.
You had to, like, it was really based upon, like, rapping ability.
Right.
Like, it wasn't all, you couldn't hide behind beats and gimmicks and ad-libs and
Okay.
this, that, and the third.
Okay.
So, like, the thing is now is different because now, and respectfully, like, it's like still some good stuff out, but, like, things are dumbed down.
Okay.
And it's more accessible to everybody now. Cause see, when you could rap back in the day, like, it was like, damn, man. You know, people that didn't rap, like, how you do that?
Right.
Now somebody do a Cat in the Hat bar, song, TikTok. Anybody can do it.
Right.
You know, and so, I mean, it's a double-edged sword because it expanded the, you know, the culture, but it dumbed down a lot, you know. Because if you know, you look at it like this: if everybody got a bite, and 2 or 3 people could pop a willie, they that nigga.
Right.
But if everybody could pop a willie,
Right.
it ain't exclusive no more.
I mean, but everybody can pop it with it. Everybody don't look cool doing it though.
Shh, boy, you ain't, boy. Yeah.
But even though you know you were kind of curator of the culture, you know, after your reign, so to say. Matter of fact, let's talk about your reign. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people talk about your reign in a light that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people fluff it up rather than you talking your shit about it. You understand?
Man,
like, you be absolutely too humble from growing up with you, knowing you,
yep,
to where you are now. You understand where I'm
Right.
coming from? So it's like, I don't ever hear you like actually talk your shit.
I try to, you know, like, cause I'm a spoke on a wheel, you know. I you know, at the end of the day,
Fuck out of here, man.
I
Talk your shit, bro.
man, I mean, I've been around. I mean, I moved thousands of mixtapes.
Right.
You know,
Right. When it was hard to do.
very, because
Right.
you had to go hand to hand. There wasn't no Spotify.
Right.
You
We talking
didn't-
about outside.
Right. Well, you didn't have Distro Kid to hide behind.
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah, you had to DJ all that. So
Salute the DJs.
yeah, salute to all y'all. I've been on the K-Slay mixtape.
Right.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
K-Slay.
peace, K-Slay.
I was on a Cutmaster C, Hot Day and the Dream Team. I did a joint with Joe Button that never came out, but we did a song together. This is like post focus, but pre-pump it up.
Right.
So
I mean, being that you've been in these different spaces compared to what you were used to in your surroundings, do you
Right.
think that, like, because you were in your surroundings compared to other genres or other markets, that it slowed down the momentum?
You mean slowing down my personal momentum? I think I got to the point where I was fighting a lot of inner demons, a lot of depression, you know what I mean? So that was slowed mine up. Plus I started getting more involved in film. Like, so my interest changed. Like, my talent level didn't change, but my interest and my drive, you know, changed. Then I had my first kid, you know, grandmother passed, you know, it was just so many moving parts. And, you know, and then I just got to the point, you know, I started looking at, you know, the bigger picture. And I realized, like, you know, there's more longevity in being a coach than it is a player.
Okay.
So I really decided to, you know, like, I really wanted to, you know, get back behind the scenes and, you know, help other artists to make sure they didn't make the same mistakes I made.
Right.
You know, that started to feel more beneficial to me. You know, I got a good feeling out of that. So, like, I really got into that. And that's kind of where me booking the shows came from. Like, because there's no money in booking shows. You know, not like independent, local, you know, like, it's pennies.
Right.
When you book shows for independent artists, it's because you love the culture. It ain't no money grab. You know, like, you might be able to make $1 here and there, but overall, like, there's no money in it. Like, you do it strictly for the love.
Right,
And that's
right.
kind of where I'm at now. You know, I tell everybody, all the younger artists, my door's open. You know.
You think the younger artists take advantage of that knowledge, or do you think because of the culture that we're in,
With the old head, like you just the old head culture.
And I think that has, to me personally, I think that has a lot to do with social media.
I agree.
I mean, only because now it's funny to have the perception of the old rapper. You understand? You don't see that type of reciprocation in any other genre, rock, any of that shit. You understand? When Sting drops some shit, they own it.
Pink,
you know what I'm saying? Like even down to certain R&B artists, you understand? When they drop,
Genuine still out there doing the same old
right. But when it comes to, you know, the black creative itself, I think that, you know, we take a lot of ridicule from a lot of outside sources when it comes to money is the highest thing in our culture when it comes to this, you know what I'm saying, certain times compared to the art, you understand? And until the art is valued of money, then the art is kind of like worth nothing, you understand?
I agree.
But you got to think when Basquiat was, you understand, it was just...
Right. So... It really, honestly, it comes from the household. Like the lack of disrespect has started in the household, and it's trickled into every other aspect of everything else.
So how so?
Like, you know, they don't. Not even rappers. They don't respect the old man on the corner no more. They don't. They instead of helping the old lady with their bag, they taking it. You know, like so. It's just the youth culture itself has changed. Like you could call, you know, you might be able to say old man or something every now and then when you was young, but you know, like you get checked,
right? And
when you got checked, you chilled out. Man, a lot of these cats don't care. But they don't understand. Old is the gold.
Right.
You know, they old is like, yeah, I'm an old head. Yep, I sure am. You know. A lot of my friends did make it to live to be an old head.
Absolutely.
You know, shit. I'm sitting here with congestive heart failure right now. And shit, you know
That's
what I mean?
Real talk.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, hey, every day I wake up a blessing. So I'm not, you know, I mean, I get it. I mean, hip hop has always been a young, hip thing. Because the culture has always been driven by the youth. But the thing is, it's just getting old. Like it hasn't been around. So this is all pioneer type stuff. Right.
So anybody that's older rapping now,
like this is a new thing.
Right.
Like Hov and Nas rapping at 50.
Right. There's no such thing prior to that.
Right. Exactly.
And I don't really think people put that in conception.
Yeah, they don't. You know, because I mean, you gotta think Drake pushing 40.
I think about it as just,
you know, like look, but you go like Drake gonna be 45.
and still, how long he gonna be on top though?
Right, you know, but
like to me personally, I haven't seen anybody knock him off top. I compare raps to Summers. Both Summers been killing.
The thing about Drake is he's a Swiss Army knife. So like he could always, and he's such a chameleon, he could always do that harmonizing, blend in with somebody else stuff, and you know, and he know how to ride a wave. Like he'll find a wave. Like you think of all the people he done, you know, like the Migos, you know, the Versace remix, Future, the Tony Montana remix, you know what I mean? All you know, what's my man name? Shoot. He didn't pop, but you know,
yeah.
You know, like, you know, so he gonna find a, you know, Lil Baby, you know, Dirt, like he'll
little shit.
Right, so he know what pockets to get in to stay relevant.
For sure.
And I think, you know. And I think that's dope, you know. I mean, because you got to do that at some point. If you want, to stay mainstream, like to take the route he's taking,
right?
You know,
right, to stay where he's at,
right? Because
so
that's
how you feel about Push though? Because Pusha T come out with something, and he got core friends too. Right. You understand? But he might not be at the mega lift that
I might say, but that's what I'm saying, like.
But he did bust Drake head.
He did. Oh yeah. He bust his ass.
I mean,
but you know what though? But you look at Pusha T though. Pusha T and Drake, respectively, because I like Pusha T. I still listen to the last one. Right. What Pusha T did to Drake is like Iverson crossing up Mike.
I wouldn't say that.
And I know what I'm saying because Iverson is nice.
I would say it was more like a Like, yeah, motherfucker, I might not be you, but guess what? I still choke the shit out your mother.
But Pusha T, but Xavier McDaniel ain't had no dope career. You know, like Iverson, you know, Iverson got
you, but
something like that. But you know, like, you know, he got off, but like, you know, Drake is, you know, Drake took that, like, you know, okay, I got a kid. Now he raising his kid. You know, it's all over with. Like, ain't nobody even. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass. I mean, you know, but Drake is Drake, man. Like, you ain't gonna see, like, Drake is a generational situation. Like, you're not gonna see that.
I always said when Drake start out Wayne.
Right.
But anyways, we about to get into this next video, damn. Let's got our boy on here. Shout out to damn T-Wills and Beast Behavior, man. I watched I watched my bro work hard, man.
Yeah, man. That's the fam, you know.
Yo, if you
Beast
got
Behavior, the running back club. You just see Thomas Jones?
I seen Thomas
Jones wearing the running back club shirt.
Man, look here, man.
I'm so proud of bro.
Let me feel good, bro. I'm proud of you.
Shout out my cousin T, man, Barkley Hills,
man. We gonna get into this joint right here, shot by Gas House. Gas House supposed to pull up, man.
Oh yeah, Gas House. Let's link, man. Let's talk.
Man. The General, man.
I pay attention.
11-11. Let's get into it.
Doing a thing with that Colin brand. There's gonna be some things on the uprise. He's from the same city I'm from, and I used to train him as well. So, and he still look at me as big bro and as a mentor, and I look up to him too. You know, although he's younger, you know, I'm proud of him, and it's gonna be one day when his thing blow up even more, and I'm going to be asking him the questions he was asking me. You know.
The General.
Back row.
Hey, you know I'ma touch on a lot of shit on this one right here. You know it's well off till it's well off. They like the General fell off. I'm like, I'm back my bag, you know it costs to be the boss. Shroud of Port City, 910, that's who raised me. But I'm stuck in a different time zone, feel like old school 80s baby. I'm like crack, going crazy, but I ain't even reached the top. I got dudes talking down on me and we don't need to talk. Crazy part about it, we came up from the start, but I knew I was different, only hungry with a heart. I came a long way from dealing stuff and shit up in the ceiling. Shorty say I'm nonchalant, get up out your feelings, I'm on a different road. Road of riches is all gold, but I won't be in the now, and I can't let them sow my soul, I'm just a different breed. I'm in another league, these niggas cop and plead, and they praying on my downfall for me to leave. Shaking crazy for the ounce, loyalty over everything, if not you gotta bounce. See the difference with me, I know the real from fake. See a rat gon' betray you and eat up in your face, and a snake gon' stick beside you till you win the race. Until he shed his skin, then that envies take place. Shit get real like it's cold December. I remember when I ain't even have a plate for dinner. Now I pull off in that Benz coming from the dealer, screaming money ain't a thing, now who keep it realer? Now facts, now they speaking all two ways on how to make money. You could give a nigga vice, now he look at you funny, but I strategize and plan, I ain't going like no dummy. They just wanna hand out some bands, now let's keep it 100. Now for real, this shit getting out of control. They know I'm chasing my goals, so I ain't got time to get my lights up by hoes. I'm on a roll run, I get a chase for that money. Adrenaline keep rushing, comma keep coming. I spit my soul in the booth, so they know I'm the truth. Hey, catch rules be the label, I gotta stay in the loop. Name a nigga in this city, better me, I need proof. And if they sending shots, just know I ride bulletproof. And the realest then is spark. Barely get this function, but I don't take it to the heart. I'm only 23 and I'm living like a boss. Thank the Lord for all my blessings, yeah, they came with a cost. I balance good with the bad and let the greatness begin. I'm losing friends on the daily, yeah, they hate to see me win. Foundation looking solid, Lord, forgive me for my sins. Cause I done came a long way from rags to riches to men. I chose to grow from the very start. I used to wake up mad with a heavy heart, but I opened up my eyes, seen the light from dark. Just to show you that I'm him, I did it with black art. Real shit.
We are back. No Signals TV. My man Maja still in the building. Yo, I had some shit I wanted to ask you anyway.
Oh boy.
Only because I mean, at the time, it got some rumblings in the city.
Right.
A little back and forth, you know. Shout out to Louis T, the Red Chester, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know personally. This ain't no dirt on nobody, but I didn't know personally that Big Bro Bless had erased the whole hard drive with all that work on them, right?
I wasn't there though.
So you had no work in there?
No, I mean I was there, but I wasn't there for that part of the. By then, I kind of played the back.
Right. Only because of the politics of what was going on at the time.
Right. They had some situations looking like they was about to be in a situation. I wasn't part of none of that.
Right. I mean, because you were like a cornerstone of that whole situation, though.
Yeah, I felt like, if they were the Dream Girls, I was Jimmy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was just the old nigga, they were making that music like right when everything shifted.
Right.
That young Dro, shoulder lean type
sound was popping up.
Right, and
Jeezy type of shit.
Right, and I wasn't rapping like that.
I mean, because that era was so unique. The only reason I'm asking this question is because personally I felt like it was a cheat to the city.
Right.
Only because I just felt like it wasn't fair. You understand? Like I felt like it just wasn't. Even though it was his equipment, I felt like that was
about to be my pushback.
That was the soul of the city. Look, it was his though.
And my pushback is to look.
It was his, but my thing was, and maybe I'm jaded. You understand? Maybe I feel like
because you're looking at it on you being subjective and not objective.
I mean, because I'm an artist.
Or you're not putting the shoe on the other foot.
I'm an artist, though.
Right.
I'm an artist first. So, I'm a traditional artist, like drawing with a pencil and pad type of deal. So, my thing is this. When art ain't for me. Like, if I do something, I'm not... Or when somebody gives you art, it's not only for you, it's for others to admire.
Right.
So, I felt like that art was the soul of the culture at the time.
But I also think you gotta look at how long ago that was. Like, but you gotta look at the age people were and people were mentally in a different space. Like a move might have been made different now.
Right.
I chalk a lot of stuff up that a lot of us did, in that building, to like being young and inexperienced. We just got we got our lumps to haul. I fumbled the ball. Everybody up there fumbled the ball in some aspect in their career.
Okay.
So
that's the first thing.
Maybe none of the fumbles were the same.
Right.
But like everybody up there, but it just happens in independent music in general. Like, we all at some point. Damn,
I fumbled that.
Yeah, I know I should have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a few.
Not only asking that, only because now. We into the more digital age of shit. You understand? And I know because I was around the impact of what your music was. You understand?
Right.
And
oh yeah, for me, I mean, I get that because like I don't have like if it's not like a burned copy of a CD somewhere with it on it, like
Yeah.
I from that I get that, but so. Now it's just like an urban legend,
Only because
and sometimes look,
I wanted to see you in a versus somebody.
But sometimes that make it better though. Like
I don't know.
Boy, he had 10 albums, such and such. Like
I mean, when it comes up to top 10 or top 5 in this city, your name's always in the conversation amongst a certain crowd.
Yeah.
30
and up. 30 and up. It's only maybe is a small few under 30, because they don't know me. 30 and under know me from because I don't wear so many hats. 30 and under know me from working the clubs.
Right.
They don't know me from. They know me from booking the shows, bouncing, working, running, helping run spots. They don't know me from music, not from an artist standpoint.
So to have a real question, you done seen. What was your favorite era of? of actually, you know, I hate to say local culture because it is.
I like independent. I say independent.
Okay.
You know, that's a real good question.
What was your favorite? Like, cause
honestly,
it was definitely eras.
It would like for me personally, it'd probably be that 2002 to like 2005 for me, because at that point I got to the point where I wasn't even using the paper to write.
Okay.
I was just like I was Super Saiyan.
Right.
I was writing them like.
And at that time, we talking about who was out at the time. It's 2000.
Me. Now I'm just playing.
Right.
Charles Ross was still jumping.
Right. Shout out to Ross.
You know, we still had the straight drop connection with all the cats from New York.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all of the A Pinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You was around.
Absolutely.
Torch, Most High.
Absolutely.
Right. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Torch, Most High.
Nutty.
Lee Hustle. Whisples.
Was he around then?
Yeah. I met him in 2005.
Okay. I'm gonna have Lee Hustle on, man.
Actually, we had a battle.
Wow.
That's how we were like for 500.
See, that's why we're getting to the culture with Lee Hustle. Like,
so after I won my 500, no, I'm just I love Lee Hustle. That's that's the closest. Like we blood don't make us closer. Like
right.
That's my brother. Like that's my guy. He my daughter godfather. Like
that's dope.
Yeah. So shout out to Lee Hustle, Pure Pain Mafia.
So I was saying that to say this only because I don't feel like my brother get enough flowers, man.
Yeah.
P Money at that era of what you're talking about.
Oh, from a DJ standpoint, yeah.
I'm just talking about from a musical standpoint at the time as far as the culture was going.
Well, you gotta think that's when we started.
I mean,
P Money the first person to ever record me.
Me too.
Right, but I heard, and it's crazy because you were the first person I heard on P Money equipment. And that's how I found out
that he was recording.
Right. And so like he had to set up and they had the bump bed, they had the 4-track.
Right.
And look, I was
chest full of
damn shit.
Yeah. T-Buddy has stole more tapes from me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to P Money, man. I want to give my brother his flowers, man, because I'm glad you said that era meant a lot. You understand?
It did, man. And, that's my brother outside of music.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like me and P, man, we done traveled, you know what I mean? I done been out of town with him, man. We done did concerts together. We did show. We went to the whole concert. You know, we went to when I did the little 2-city tour with Mobb Deep and QB's Finest, he was with us. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to go to Myrtle Beach together and pump CDs. Like
man, he's still on that Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, man.
And like people don't realize that. I tell people this story all the time. I was living in Atlanta at the time, so I didn't hear Lil Rue. You understand? I would only hear that in Wilmington. So I would, you understand? So I would come home, shout out to the Rocks. I'd be in the Rocks. He dropped this shit. Everybody go crazy. I'm in Atlanta like, yo, they playing some shit back at the crib, bro.
Right.
That this shit doing it. And it took a good year, probably 2. But in my head, I'm like, yo, P was the reason that shit broke.
Oh, yeah, Lil Rue still owe him a check if he ain't made it. Because that song would have not done that if it wasn't for P Money.
Man, word, man.
It definitely wouldn't.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, that era, though, man, that was my favorite era.
That was your favorite?
Because I was still active.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was competitive, you know what I mean? And I kind of found my voice by then. And, you know, the mixtapes was jumping. And around that era, I was doing with all the Cutmaster C's and the K-Slays, and I did the Joe Budden joint, and it's like, you know, Joe Budden did a drop for my mixtape, my first mixtape. Yeah, man. It's wild because, like, I was such a Joe Budden fan back then.
Hold up. Shout out to Wise, man.
Oh, yeah, we bugging. Yeah, like, what? Like, how that? Shout out to Wise, J. Avery, the Wright brothers.
Word,
rest in peace.
John,
man. Thuggo.
Man.
Yo,
and that shit popped in my head. Like,
and look, the whole barbershop beats, both. Like, like that's, you know.
That was in that era.
Rest in peace, Ski.
Yeah, I apologize.
Man.
And continue on Parsons.
Yeah, no worries. Shit. I forgot where I was.
Joe Budden.
Yeah, like, it was wild because, like, I was gas. Cause like this was like prime mixtape Joe
Yeah,
Budden.
yeah.
Now the funny thing is, I had a shot. They had a choice. Now you know how we talk about fumble the ball. Oh, you'll laugh. So I had a choice between Joe Budden, and it would cost a little more. My financial backer, you know, back at the time covered this. You know, shout out to him. A lot of experiences due to him. I nigga should shout out. The other choice was 50 Cent. This is pre-Get Rich or Not Trying.
Damn.
Right. So like, and it was like I rapped more like Joe. So like I was like, you know, and at that time Focus was the, you know, Power Over Dollar wasn't really like, I mean it was, but remember they were kind of, remember back then they were like,
oh yeah, Joe was that. I would say at that moment.
At that point,
Joe was definitely that.
It was
nigga.
Joe and
we
Fab.
were talking about pre-Wankster. Once Wankster dropped, everything.
Right, and then when In the Club dropped.
Yeah, but yeah.
But Pump It Up came out the same year.
Right.
So I was like,
and
okay.
Jay jumped on Pump It Up.
Right.
So that gave it a little bit more.
Right. So I was like, all right, I'm still cool, you know. But it was. I'm gonna tell you the funny thing is, I remember Joe like you know, back I thought he was gonna come up, you know, car and all of that. He pulled up in a 2-door Saturn with a hubcap missing, and I was like. You know, like, it caught me off guard. But he had that shit on, though. Like, you know, in New York, you know, you can have an old ass.
You can have a bucket.
Right. But he hopped out with that shit on. He had a fresh Yankee, fresh white ones, velour outfit.
He was ready for,
he was, you know, he was still, you know.
Ready for what was up.
But boy, when he hopped out of, though. Man, he hopped out of that little 2-door Saturn.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, boy. But actually, I did that with him. First off, he went in there and, like, he wrote down, like, 2 or 3 words.
Right.
And, like, I guess he did, like, most of the rest of that shit in his head and just fused them shit together.
Hey, man, shout out the niggas that could do that shit.
He came in there with a newspaper, a bag of chips, and 2 packs of smokes.
And he was with it.
Man, and I appreciated that because I got to see a professional.
Mm.
And that really changed, you know, that changed my mind a lot. Like, to watch him go in there and just...
Yeah.
We walked down the street to like some little Jamaican spot, and we recorded. It was like a house, but it was converted into a studio.
Yeah.
And they had salt and pepper plaques in there. It was super dope. Shout out to Joe Budden, man. That's my favorite podcast. Funny thing is, this was like 20 years ago. I'm pretty sure you don't remember me worth a fuck.
Well, hey, man.
I mean,
but
but you know, if he heard the verse, he like, you know, like you
sure,
you remember your verses.
Yeah,
you might not remember a situation.
Hey, bro,
but you hear like an old verse and you like.
What that music does is capture time. That was another reason I had asked you that whole situation with that. You understand? Because at that time, life was different. You understand? And
no gangs, none of that shit.
Culture was different.
Yeah.
You understand? And I feel
no
like
ops.
I feel like a lot of the times the young ones haven't seen unity, so they can't build on what they haven't seen before.
Damn, that's heavy.
So I try to, you know, with the ones I have around me, I'll be like, yo, go to black college, you know what I'm saying? Just to see, not on no, you understand? I just want you to see people your age
that
doing,
look like you.
that look like you, having a good time without it being extra going on. You understand? Because they don't, I don't think they get to see that unity. You understand? Or they don't understand that unity to see it. I'm big on that. But anyway, I know
that's deep though. That's heavy.
Man, that's cool. That to me, I feel like outside of the things, you know what I'm saying? It's up to us to kind of hold the culture to a certain standards. You understand? Because if we don't, then what?
True.
I know you've been rocking with Rebels No Savage for a while, bro. Go ahead and introduce this next joint. Give me some background on them cats, man, and we're gonna run into the joint.
That Stay Down joint, that was off they old, that was their last, that was joint. That was a dope joint.
For sure.
Yeah, shout out to Rebels No Savage, man. Yeah, I managed them for a little bit, man, and they grew and they still doing their thing, and we still keep up, you know what I mean? And they'll actually be performing at MAJAPALOOZA this week.
That's what's happening.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Evan and Basil. I mean, like, to watch how they've grown, it's wild because I have a 5-year-old son.
Right.
I got with them right when I had my 5-year-old son. Like, our third meeting ever was in the hospital.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? In the little lobby, you know, the little children, like the little Betty Cameron in that big lobby.
Right.
That was like, you know, but I randomly met them, you know, like I met them in the mall,
Right.
and like I was just trying to holler at them because they went to the college.
Right.
I was trying to holler at them on some help me throw some college parties.
Okay.
They were like, "Oh, you book shows, we rap." And I was like, "Shit." I get, you know, I was like, "Fuck."
It was the last thing you wanted to
Oh
hear.
man, I hate when people like, "Yo, rap, man, help me." I'm like, "Nah."
Right.
So I said, I'll just give you my email. I went to the coffee shop, man. I said, let me give him a shot. I said, like, because it didn't sound like everything else.
Okay.
It sounded like they were already on.
Okay.
Like, it sounded like, and it wasn't just rap. Like, it was, they covered the whole, you know,
Spectrum.
the whole spectrum, that, like, kind of Drake feel. Like,
Okay.
you know, they were like the Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
So I got on their first show.
Right.
You know, on Sarah Will's show. Shout out Sarah Will.
Shout out Sarah Will.
She gave them their first opportunity. I was like, just give them 2 songs.
Okay.
And then like from there, man, it just they catapulted. I mean, at one point they were getting 22,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. They still at 10K right now.
That's crazy.
They got 10 and they did organic.
Yeah. Ain't no paid views.
Yeah, organic, man. So shout out to Rebels No Savage, man.
For sure. So we gonna get into this Rebels No Savage.
Stay down.
Stay down, man.
Yeah, that was dope.
No
Shout out to Mike Snyder too. He slung on that. Look up Mike Snyder.
Snyder.
Oh,
I heard,
boy. Oh,
yeah, I heard it, bro. I definitely.
He
heard
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Signals TV, man. Roll up.
You might flex on your ex with a nigga like me for the night. Don't say it's on sight.
I stay down for the night, girl. Shy, just don't quit it right, girl. I stay down for the night, girl. Shy, just.
You might flex on your ex with a nigga like me for the night. Don't say it's on sight. Unless you mean it's on sight. Cause I got big dreams and I'm only in the city for the night. Don't play, young nigga. Big smile, big bank, big figures. Yeah. And your girl's out of town, so you staying with a nigga. Cause you know I stay down. Yeah, 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 you know I stay down.
Brenda told me things that I shouldn't know. Still standing tall though, waiting for the one I could fall for. Brenda told me things that I shouldn't know. Life short, but I'm still standing tall though, waiting for the one that I could fall for. No, I stayed down. Stayed down, used to worry about us. Now a nigga found out you were out here running circles. I don't like to play around. Our emotions separating us from love that we have found. Yo. Ever since nobody seems to get me, yeah. 2 a.m. catch me riding in the 6B, yeah. Living proof why I gotta do the chasing. Brenda told me things that I shouldn't know. By the ocean, should I chase water? I don't know. Thinking it was me all along, so original. Oh, guess it's hard to stay down.
Might flex on your ex with a nigga like me for the night. Don't say it's on sight. Unless you mean it's on sight. Cause I got big dreams and I'm only in the city for the night. Don't play, young nigga. Big smile, big bank, big figures. Yeah. And your girl's out of town, so you staying with a nigga. Cause you know I stay down. Yeah, 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 you know I stay down.
I stay down for the night, girl. Shy, just don't quit it right, girl. I stay down. I stay down. I stay down for the night, girl. Shy, just don't quit it right, girl. I stay down. I stay down.
Who will get murdered?
Me take off.
Take off. Damn, I'm bugging. I'm watching too much of that shit. We just watched Takeoff get murdered.
Yeah.
From the era you started from, like you were making the comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think that the music had a lot to do with the culture change? Do you think it's solely the music's fault? Because I hear a lot of people say it's solely the music's fault. I don't think so personally.
I think it's kind of one of them what came first, the chicken or the egg situations. Because they both affect each other.
Right.
So it's kind of it's really hard to see which one affected which one first. I mean, the culture changed. The culture, man. I mean, like gangs became like you know, like people. you might have knew somebody that knew somebody in the gang growing up, but you ain't know like you could call out 20, 30.
Right.
Like, you know, now you be like, man, I know such and such gang. Like,
right.
when we were young, like if you went from, you know, California or like certain like Little Rock or like, you know, certain parts of New York,
right.
You know, like gangs, like
right. It was weird. It was
yeah, like you know, nobody would, you know, and now it's so prevalent. You know what I mean? You know, and you know, it's not to like knock any of it. You know, like everybody make their own choices. I got plenty of friends I know in games. You know what I mean? Like you know, your path is your path. So that's not me downing gang culture. I'm just saying the culture changed because of gang culture. You know, so like.
I mean, I don't know though, because gang culture was there when shit.
But this ain't that gang culture though. Like, the difference between back then and now, there were rules and codes. You know, and that's the big difference. Now there ain't no rules, ain't no codes.
Right, it's the wild, wild west.
It's the wild, wild west, though. The OGs is calling the young boys big homie.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would never, you know, back in the day, like.
Right. Dude, I got another real question. Why do you think in this area nobody? Well, it has been. It's a perception that nobody's ever.
Well, like made it.
Yeah.
I mean, when the first female MC in the history of rap for Wilmington.
I agree, but.
I mean, like, but you mean like.
For people of what they call relevancy right now.
I look at it like this, you know.
Because out of our era, the era prior to us, shout out to Hard Rock, Charles Rawls, Packer.
You know, I rock my stepdad.
All right, shout out. Yo, like that era was ill. Okay, then you build from that era into, you understand where I'm going at? So now we at this era, you understand? And we have seen talent on top of talent.
Right.
It's not like the talent wasn't there. What do you think, like, was
in this particular area, you know what a big issue is? Like, when in comparison to North Carolina,
mm-hmm.
and it's just, I guess it's just, you know, geography-wise, we're so far from everybody else.
I agree.
And it's like, they don't go there, and they don't come here, and we don't go there. Mm-hmm. You know, and like, if we do, you know, like, it's not on a, you know, it's not consistent.
Outside of shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you got Raleigh, Rocky Mount, Durham, Greensboro, Charlotte. Like, they all know each other. Like,
right.
They all.
Right. That's like, within hours of each other type shit.
Right. They can tell you who Dirty Den is, Brandon D,
right.
De Niro, I forgot his name, but, you know,
James Picasso.
Right. Tia Corinne, right, you know what I mean? Like, they all know each other. But they couldn't tell you who Jumpman 6 is, 4-4 Go Loco.
Right.
You know what I mean? Push, God Bless the Dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, but they are just as good, if not better than them.
Right.
And that's not like a knock. I'm just saying, like, they should be held to the same, you know, status. They, you know, and there's a disconnect between the Wilmington area and the rest of the state. And, you know, and that's really why I originally set out to start doing, you know, MAJAPALOOZA to kind of bring attention to Wilmington, like
right.
to the Port City area, like
No Signals TV.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, you know, like it's something down here. Like
right.
we with y'all.
Right.
You know, it almost feel like East Coast, West Coast. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, we with y'all. Like they don't never come down here.
Right.
You know, not in abundance. You know, like
they look for talent anyway.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, but also when it comes to this art, man, and I've noticed this, people half-ass it.
Half-ass it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not like, no, they don't half-ass the music. They half-ass everything else.
Mm.
And that ain't a knock, that's fact.
Mm.
You know, like, the music business is 90% business. 10% music.
Absolutely.
And people don't understand that if you treat it like a hobby, it's gonna stay a hobby.
I agree.
You know, if you treat it like a hobby, it's gonna stay a hobby. You know, if you do it leisurely when you want to, and you don't have like release dates, and it's crazy because like we were talking about Rebels No Savage, they get it. You know, and that was why, like, people were like, dang, how they got 20,000 monthly Spotify listeners? How they doing these festivals and this, that, and the third? You know, like, Basil's a marketing, you know, Basil will be a mogul at some point.
Right.
On some level.
Right.
Like, because, like, the conversations we have, he's as sharp as they come.
Right.
You know, and on the flip side, they got Evan, who's as talented as they come. Evan makes, like, 85% of the beats.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Everything they do is in-house. The design, like, Basil designed the MAJAPALOOZA flyer.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's just,
What's your top 10 MAJAPALOOZA, like, memories? Top 10 MAJAPALOOZA performances?
The first one, we had the best cipher. We do a cipher every year.
Okay.
The first one we had, man, this dude named Drake Murphy, who is like Lenny Kravitz meets Jimi Hendrix meets Bruno Mars. He's like, and he come from a family, like he got one of those families.
Right.
They all nice. The sister fine and she could sing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the little brother was like a pop sensation on YouTube with like hundreds of thousands of views. Well, like Drake, man, like him and his family are just so talented. But like he played the guitar, you know, they had a band.
Right.
Like he could play the guitar behind his head, like Prince and all of them. So we did a cipher with the band running.
Wow.
And it was so, and they was so on point. Like after somebody like would go, like they would turn it back up. You know what I mean? And then like they would bring it back down when somebody would do the cipher. You know what I mean? And like you could tell it was almost like they knew who was gonna be nice, and they would really jazz the beat up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he about to kill. You know what I mean? Like the shit was great. It looked so orchestrated, but it wasn't. It was just all energy.
That's dope.
That was one of my favorite memories. Another favorite memory I had, the Calico. The Calico one was crazy because I had 2 nights originally,
right,
and I put it all on one night, so it was just like jump out the gym outrageous. It was just like, I mean, like it was just wall to wall, like packed to the brim, like all types of artists from everywhere, like having to squeeze them all in. And I had my little cousin, he locked up right now, Free Jack Boy Scooter.
Right.
He was young. We let him, they let him come in. And he wanted to rap. And I remember, man, I'll never forget, man, he saw Push on that stage. God bless the dead Push. He thought Push was the greatest thing since pants with pockets. Hey, man, he talked about Push. When he went back to Maryland, he was like, man, what's Push up to, man? What like dope. I always had that memory. You know, I wish I could have got them to get a flick together. You know, like just.
Rest in peace to Push, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Push, man. You know, you was talking about my heart condition. Yeah. The day I had my heart attack was the day he got killed.
Gosh.
I was in the hospital and my mom was coming to visit, and the hospital was on lockdown, and I didn't know why. I mean, I knew why, but I didn't know who.
Right.
You know, because when they lock it down, somebody got shot.
Absolutely.
And then then I started looking at my Facebook. I was like, man, no, man.
That's crazy. I'm gonna ask you one more. We gonna probably get out. Yo, who your top 5 is?
I thought I was gonna get out of here.
Nah, man.
I just knew I was gonna get out of here.
Because you don't ever jump into conversation.
Man.
You don't ever jump into conversation. You don't ever jump in none of that shit. Who your top 5 is in the city. You can put yourself where you want.
I have an objective top 5.
Okay.
And I have a subjective top 5.
Okay, do both.
You know, because I have that local and industry wise.
I don't give a fuck. Everybody's shit on the industry shit is subjective to whatever you perceive.
But I look at, talent, impact, bar, class, like.
I'm gonna do it like this. Your top 5 of all time and your top 5 right now.
Okay, my top 5 of all time. All right. Me.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna take me out. No, not me.
Don't do that.
Yeah, me. Fuzz Jackson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fuzz.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Fuzz.
I'm gonna get Fuzz and have some shit.
Fuzz, just because Fuzz been doing this longer than damn near anybody, and he opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. So me, Fuzz, Wise. It's too many, man. It's too many.
Nigga, you already in the deep water now. You already in the deep shit, nigga. You in 10 feet. Go ahead, 12, 14, nigga. 4 and 5.
Glad and quote.
That's a solid.
You know, because I got to factor in every body of work, skill, impact.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, that, and the third. And like my subjective top 5, it'd be like Torch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Torch is one of the most underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like
hell yeah. Torch don't get named in enough people conversations.
He damn sure don't. Torch, I know it's gonna be the what the hell pick. Fofo Go Loco.
Nah, that's not a what the hell pick, bro.
Because people wouldn't expect me at my age to.
Bro got bars.
Man, I swear if he could stay out of trouble and he had the right person pushing him, like if he had a situation,
Push was like that too.
Right? But that's I'm kind of like he might be like my 6th man. You know, so let me see. So Torch, Fofo Go Loco, damn, what's hers tough? I'm tripping. Charles Ross.
Okay.
Like I thought Charles Ross was the greatest thing ever. I thought Charles Ross.
He definitely had an era.
Man, and like you can't teach that level of cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like some niggas is just naturally cool.
Absolutely.
And man, he just embodied what cool was.
I agree.
He was like, honestly, he was like the Port City Hove to me.
Okay.
Like cause he didn't write either.
Okay.
He didn't write none of that.
Right.
And like just to be that cool, and like he come in with the black and mild and the yak, and do what he do, and it be like smooth as shit.
I seen bro record like 2 or 3 times at like Blessed Spot. I was like, yo, damn, dude, nice.
Yeah.
You still got 2 more?
I got 2 more. Damn.
Thought I was gonna let you off the hook too.
My brother Hustle.
Okay.
And because I don't want to miss nobody, so I'm trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really think, like, between people that came through all the studios and who was just like. So a lot of people say Merc, but I missed that era. So like I didn't hear.
You didn't get a lot of.
I didn't get
that album was.
But everybody
Seafood,
like you know, because I had only
shit.
I met him like maybe a month or 2 before he passed.
That's good.
Like, I didn't, you know, like so
I heard
missed
his music before I met him.
Word, yeah. See, I missed the Merc Benny era. I mean, I didn't miss the Big Money and Kush song.
Right.
I just missed him being around and him I missed all of that.
No, I heard it. I definitely heard
I knew Blanco, like I known Blanco since he was a child.
Absolutely.
You know,
cause
you knew, you know, shout out to Blanco, you know, if you knew his pops. If you knew Blaze, you knew Blanco.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I you know, but I ain't seen Blanco a year or 2.
Man, it's been a minute. I'm trying to get
him. He be out the way. He
I'm trying to get Blanc to come through. Hey, yo, Blanc. Anyway.
Yo, he out the way, man. Dang.
You got one more.
I mean, if we not just talking a solo, I gotta see Rebels No Savage. I mean, just because of what they
accomplished.
Right. And they may not have been like in the street, you know, like you might not have seen them at the Rock. But if I'm just talking about, you know, but Fuzz wasn't either. You get what I'm saying? I did say Wise on my first list. Yeah, okay, all right.
So now going to your sponsors, send your shout outs.
Yeah,
talk about MAJAPALOOZA, what's going on.
Yeah, MAJAPALOOZA.
Because we're going to get this shit out.
Yeah, 3-day hip hop festival, man. It's November 10th to the 12th.
This weekend coming up.
This weekend coming up, we got artists from all over the state coming. It's Thursday, we setting it off at Pravda. And we got a lot of dope acts. Friday, we got the beat battle.
For sure.
I got Skates Beats coming back. Skates Beats did Big Snow on the new Jeezy project.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're a producer and you get in the beat battle, you better bring...
You gotta bring your shit.
Yeah, because he don't play.
Okay.
He did a Fat Joe joint. He flipped diamonds and pearls.
Okay.
He did a joint for Ross. He did a lot of ghost beats for Cool and Dre.
Okay.
Little bro, so he's he ain't coming to play, he coming to win.
Okay.
So we got the beat battle on Friday. That's at the Hop Yard. So Saturday day, we're also at the Hop Yard. Saturday day, man, if you are a creative, you know, if you're a fashionista, you got a clothing brand, you're an artist, you rap, you sing, you're a filmmaker, you know, it's going to be a good networking event during the day. They got a food truck outside. We're doing giveaways. You know, shout out to all the independent filmmakers. You know, film is like my, you know, shout out to BR Films, Love Life Entertainment, 4 More Films, Drew Richard.
Trying to get Drew in here.
Yeah, man. Drew, I got a lot of love for Drew. You know, my man Anthony Gabriel, he dope. Shout out to Gas House. I haven't met you yet, but I seen your work. Jason King, King Grady.
All that.
You know, Big Wolf, been my lyric. You know, Big Lyric.
Right.
You know, Big Wolf. You know, anybody with a cameraman, salute y'all, man.
Right.
But you know, my sponsors, I'll make it quick. Beast Behavior, Pure Pain Media, Gravity Records. Shout out to Casey's Buffet. She looked out big time. Big Wolf Photography, Green Thumb Boutique, black owned floral boutique.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm actually my partner, his pops just passed. I'm actually about to grab some flowers from him.
That's dope.
This week, man. Rest in peace, Mr. Shepard. Make sure I ain't miss nobody, man. They paid a lot of bread to be on that page. Murphy Insurance.
Absolutely.
Definitely, you know, you know, that's my friend On and Off business, you know, business separate.
That's my guy.
High IQ Clothing, Priceless Apparel, Just Cut It Barbershop, Bowes Barbershop.
Right.
I know I missed somebody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I love you. There's a lot going on. He ain't getting high.
Yeah.
I'm getting the contact. And no,
Don't blame it on the weed.
And look, I know I'm gonna be like Smokey in the chicken coop in a minute.
You bugging.
But yeah, man, honestly, man, shout out to anybody that is blessed to wake up the next day and get a chance to get it right.
Okay, then.
And shout out to you.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Shout out to you, man.
Hey, look, man, you know, we go, hey,
bro,
come on, man.
Hey,
we got decades, you know, we decades in.
That's different.
So, yeah,
hey, man, I appreciate the opportunity you coming through, man. That's a good look, man.
Most definitely, man.
Just trying to give us a platform, a network, an opportunity.
Oh, and that's the launch. This Saturday is the launch for Slim TV to support local independent music.
Hey.
Support local independent music. So Slim TV launches this weekend. Creators Print House. I knew it was somebody big, I forgot.
Yeah. Shout out to them guys, Rod.
Yeah, Premium Wealth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely, my man. Camp. I'm trying to get Camp in. And Camp said he wanted to do the drink chat shit. So we're gonna get some daily y'all. We're gonna get in here and talk about it. Yeah, I got some real stories to talk to him, but with Camp, we go way back on some other. But anyway,
and Camp got he got stories.
Man, stories on stories. Yo, I'm gonna send a shout out to Stay Rooted Kava Lounge. No, I'm sorry. Rooted Kava Lounge. I do that every time I be high. Rooted Kava Lounge. Check us out online. It's on South College. Shout out to
Breeze.
Yeah, shout out to Breeze Davis. Goddamn, boy, I need to stop smoking. Okay, Plush Villain Entertainment. Shout out to Alan Murphy. Shout out to Early Bird. Shout
out Early Bird.
Shout out to my man Early Bird. Come through. All right, keep me straight. Shout out to At Your Service Lawn Care. Shout out to my man fucking John at Design to a T.
Design to a T, yeah, I'm bugging. Shout out to him.
Design to a T, that's a sponsor, man.
That's a big
If
one.
I forgot you, I love you.
Same.
Man, we're gonna get into this last joint, fucking Fofo Loco, man. Free Fofo, man. Damn,
Free Fofo, man.
Focused. Yo, go check out MAJAPALOOZA this weekend. I'm gonna shoot this one out fast. Y'all already know, No Signals TV. I might be in there performing.
Yeah, man. Look, We got him Friday night at the Hop Yard. Y'all make sure y'all come through.
No signals.
Bro, that shit was lit last night, bro.
Man, well, I told you I was coming to
Boy, oh man, boy, out of that. Crazy.
Pass the Dutch cause I'm rolling, this check got me focused now. Boost the murder rate, turn up the climate. I'm fresh out the projects, ain't trying to be noticed now. We the ones really dropping the ops for the cops. We the ones spinning, bending, patrolling now. We the ones with the choppers, we chopping, we letting shit rock. Ain't no stopping or slowing down. Pulling up with a truck full of biddies, so I said did it, getting jiggy, go local now. I'm the one serving coke off they titties, it's strictly business. If that dope around, 4 around. Gotta watch for that come around, go around. Glizzy stay with me for windows, that's rolling down. Bitches up in this stuff, so don't hold it down. 2 to the neck for that set you was throwing down. Bitch, I'm the local man. Make that 28 jump like the pogo man. Make that 28 jump like I know it can. Really jumped in this shit with no pogo stick. Never question my haters, especially the one with no paper. That ain't my concern, nigga. Cause I'm still in the streets like the curb, nigga. Keep that check on me like it's the third, nigga. Bitch, I'm pulling up big body form. They shooting and scoring, no telling who next up. But I know it ain't me, I'm the one shooting 3 buzzer beater. I pull up and wet them up. On the sets and my bitches to set them up. Keep 1 foot on they neck, ain't no letting up. Effing in, leave them dripping, I dress you up. Ain't got time for no lies and no favors, go get you some pay. Big on bid, that's the business and that's how I'm living. Put that on my kids, boy. Biggest boss, I'ma step for the 6, boy. Niggas so GDK till they hit, boy. I can tell if you fake or you solid, you do it, don't got it, just all for bitch speak. We been turned up the city before the corona, been masking up, leaving them 6 feet. And I got big ops there now, niggas in the fed now, still getting bread now, ayy. Still selling meds now, gotta keep the lead round, switching up whereabouts, ayy. They say straight off the top, bitches straight off the block, come and get you a line, nigga. Moving fast to the back, please don't tell me slow down for the law, I ain't taking my time, nigga. Pushing weight every day, I done flexed up. On my way, I don't play, I'm the best up. These niggas be talking, I don't do no talking, I'm walking up, sparking that tech, bro. It's a hit, and he hit, ain't no messing up. On the net, dropping sets while they wet them up. All the ops better go tie they vests up. All that praying and shit ain't gon' get them up. All that praying and shit, man, you know they can't get them up. Bring my boys out the gym, you know they done hit them up. Bring my boys out the gym, man. Know how we send them up. Hey, know how we give it up. Fofo go local for real, I'm pocking these perkins for all of my brothers who fighting for pills, It is, straight out the top, off the fade, little nigga. Got it, ayy, little nigga. The east with me just like I'm Dave, little nigga. 2-3 with me just like some J's, little nigga. Hey, straight out the block, straight up.
Goddamn, I mean, I pop out the bushes on the nigga, goddamn. Come here, bitch, don't run.
Little nigga. Fofo go local for real.